Hello YouTube and welcome back to all Flads. This is Heroes of the Storm and today we are playing as the King Daddy Damage Dealer himself, Kael'thas. Now I probably should have done a video with Kael'thas by now, if I'm being honest, because I've got him up to level 17. He's by far and away my most played character, and I've gone through lots of different builds with him, and I've started using the one that I actually saw in a pro game because it does increase the amount of early game damage you do slightly, but I mean it all depends on the initiation. And we're going to cover things that Kael'thas needs and does and his problems as we go through this, because I've played a lot of him. So hopefully this is going to be a fairly useful video to a lot of people. Anyway, at tier 1 we're going to be taking Mana Addict. One of Kael'thas' biggest problems is mana. He just burns through it. As a mage, he can't get enough of it. I'm a little concerned about... Yeah, I wonder what was in here waiting for me. Okay, there's nothing that side. It's just a Nazebo. He gets through mana like it is going out of fashion. Now, in the early game, you're going to find that that's probably going to happen a lot anyway. So regardless of what you try and do, you're not really going to... it's not really going to amount to much. So the ways to get round that into the mid and late game is to take Mana Addict. So for every regen globe I pick up, I will get an extra 15 mana permanent. So that will soon mount up by the time we've played through this whole match. And there's a lot of lane in the Garden of Terror as well, so it should work out pretty well. This is a gank by Zeratul, and I'm going to fucking kill him for it as well. Foolish Zeratul. We should be able to pick up quite a lot of these orbs throughout the course of this game. This is on the Garden of Terror. The objective is quite... It takes up a lot of time because you've got to go around and get these orbs and get the little flowers off of these seeds. And once you've got these seeds, you've got to 100, you'll actually get yourself a Terror, which will go do and do a load of seed damage. They're really tanky, they're a lot of fun as well. I'm a little bit low and I've got to be careful with Zeratul because obviously he's spawned back in now. So I'm just going to go and get the fountain. Now what you're going to notice through a lot of the game, I haven't got time to pick that up, is that I will, especially in the early game, I'm not going to be using my abilities a great deal. Oh god, where's Zeratul now? I'm not going to be using my abilities a great deal. The only way to conserve mana with Kael'thas early game is to auto attack all the time, and only empower if you're going to, like you saw, I used a flame strike on Zeratul to kill him, or I used it on the flowers as well to try and get rid of them quickly. Other than that, you just want to augment using your D and use your living bomb just to ward people off, keep them out of the way. I don't need to be here, I'm going to go back into bottom lane. At level 4, we are going to be taking Gathering Power. Now, what I used to take was Mana Tap, because it restores mana throughout the whole game. So all you have to do is walk into a minion wave, kill them all after about level 6 or 7 by combining Living Bomb and Flame Strike, and you'd get probably 2/3 of your mana back, like straight off the bat. It's incredibly good. Now, I don't really want my minions fighting this far forwards when I know this is... Oh, Zeratul's up top, so we can probably nip in and just pick this one up, because we should be good to lane. There's no more seeds. We are only 5 off of a Terror, but they're all fighting. I'm just going to stay in lane. My main priority at this time is to pick up regen orbs. If I can get a couple off on Nazebo, I might even kill him. Oh, he got lucky then. I think he was pinging for danger, and Zeratul is moving down, so I need to be a little bit careful now. But Nazebo needs to be a bit careful himself. I can't overcommit to anything here, and this isn't actually a bad thing that the minion wave's being pushed a little bit towards me, because it does mean I should stay out of danger a little bit longer. So let's just pick that up. Now, misconceptions. So let me go over Gathering Power. Basically, for every kill that I get, or I mean, every takedown, I get a 1% increase on my power of my abilities. Now this has been changed from recently, where I think you started with 5% as a base, and then oh crap, I've been caught. Let's just try and ward him off. It used to be that you had 5%, and I think you gained 1% for every kill after that. It was a pretty powerful talent, and obviously players like Zeratul and Nova that could get a lot of like real powerful abilities by using it. Kael'thas, if you're careful, you can build him up, and that's what I'm hoping to do. Although the Zeratul influence would mean that probably at 4 you could take mana tap or even increase gravity lapse range and speed. It's not something I've taken simply because I saw it done in a pro game and I've started using it myself. Now, at level 7, we are going to be taking Fission Bomb. This increases the damage and the radius on my Living Bomb. Are we going to pick Nazeebo up? No, we're not. We don't want to go too far. Zeratul is missing, so we don't want to be getting killed by him. Now, Living Bomb is what we're going to be focusing on at level 13, and I think... can I get a kill here? Yes.
My plans are fun.
Living Bomb at level... Chain Bomb at level 13 is where a lot of your damage comes from as Kael'thas, because your Living Bomb spreads to nearby minions. I just still don't know... Zeratul's top. Okay, so this has run out of... Let's just put some damage in here and try and take this tower out, and we're going to pick that up as well because Nazeebo's not quite back. Tyrael's a problem. We're going to pick him up and run away. Now I do need to start getting in the team fight soon because as you're going to see, I've got 1,000 hero damage. Now, one of the misconceptions with Kael'thas is that because he's Kael'thas, he'll do a load of damage all the time to everyone. It's simply not the case. Kael'thas doesn't do any meaningful damage until about level 13. I mean, up until that point, you're just basically poking at people and trying to keep them out of your lane while you collect things from Mana Addict. That is pretty much how Kael'thas works. At level 13 to 15, you'll notice that his hero damage will increase massively, and that's where Kael'thas starts coming on his own. He's almost a genuine carry with regards to other MOBAs. He does so little damage of meaningful input that you have to finish people, very much like Nova does, at the early and even into the mid and late mid game. It's not until late mid that he really starts. Oh my god, the frickin' frame drop. Apologise for that. It's not really until then that he starts doing the damage you'd expect him to do. Now at level 10 we're going to be taking Phoenix. Phoenix is an AoE sort of persistent damage thing. It does a lot of damage, but it's sort of to a few people. It could do more. We don't want to get polymorphed here, that would be problems. And this thing is really deep, and if it doesn't leave, whoever's in it, I don't know who's in it. It's not Tyrael, I don't think. Who's Gabriel? It's Jaina. Oh, this would be a good thing to pick up. Please don't polymorph me. Crap. Are we going to be able to pick her up? Have you got slow charism? I don't think you do. Oh, he needs to be careful now. Let's try and deal with Zeratul here. So from this point onwards, I should be looking to get into more team fights and doing more damage. Zeratul going to get away. Any hits will stop him from... Okay, that's going to be him dead. That was really well played by Hanzo. I think he actually used his ultimate and it didn't work, so that's going to be on cooldown now. And now we're at level 10, we can start looking at getting into a few more team fights. My mana levels, I've got 14, which has given me an extra 210 mana. With Kael'thas, that's not actually a great deal of mana. He'll burn through that like in literally in a couple of talents. So you do have to keep working at this. Let's just make sure Thrall's going to be okay. You do have to keep working, picking up those regen globes, but we should be able to do it fairly passively from now on in. Tyrael's going to come in, we don't want to get too involved, let's just poke at him again. And once the team fights start kicking off, which they should do now that we're sort of after level 10, we should be able to start making some meaningful damage. And at level 13, we'll start seeing the real big damage. I heard an ETC thing, I'm going to kill Jaina here. Or maybe I'm not. I'm in a really bad position now as well. Just pick up. Oh, we're just doing this purely on damage now, and I've managed to... I'm actually going to kill Jaina here if she sticks around for this. Yep, Jaina's dead. I'm in no man's land, to be perfectly honest, right now. And I've managed to pick them both up, but I haven't got the... Oh, I just didn't have the damage. There was a little bit weird at the enemy team. I thought they'd have focused me down, but they went chasing other kills. And unfortunately, that's our first death. Now, as you see, we've halved the number. If we halved, I think we halved the number of stacks that we have for gathering power. So that's the thing you've got to be careful with Kael'thas. But we're starting to creep towards the top of the hero damage now. Still not a lot, but at level 13 we're going to take Chain Bomb. Chain Bomb is really the start of Kael'thas's power drive, power spike, call it what you want. And now is really the time I need to get into team fights and need to start doing Kael'thas stuff, because I've had a few kills, as you see. We've been involved in 7 takedowns, excuse me. And I really need now to be doing my job as the damage dealer. The carry has been done up to this point. No, they don't really carried me. I just stayed in lane and did my own thing, essentially. Managed to pick off a Zeratul who overextended a few times in a Nazebo. But what I really need to do is come up into mid lane now. ETC again overextending. Thrall was in there with him. Zeratul is now going to be living bombed. Can I catch him? No, I can't. We don't want to chase him either. So we're just going to sit here with Thrall for the time being. Thrall is sporting the new Earthbreaker skin. Very nice indeed it is as well. We're up to 17 globes, which has given us 255 mana. We're getting there. I mean, with regards to these sort of globe collection things, usually 20 is the sweet spot. I would say you want to be aiming for about 30 with Kael'thas in order to get the biggest benefit. We are in trouble here. We need to leave right now. Enemy team was coming up here. Sylvanas is actually chasing Zeratul. And we do not want to chase up there. We need to stay together now. Now that we've hit 15, we stay together. Although Jaina is looking like a prized pick here. This is a bad move by Jaina. She did not want to be doing this. And yeah, managed to be picked off by the friendly Sylvanas, and that's a bad thing for them now. We've got a flower growing now. Sylvanas and I should go down here, and we should go and grab this. You want to try and grab as many of these as possible, these seeds, because they are going to make huge amounts of difference in the next round, more likely than this round. We are chasing the flower. I've just got to be a little bit careful wherever Zeratul is. Let's pick him up and let's try and do some damage. I've been Void Prism. Now this is a problem because the enemy team's going to surround me. I'm going to disengage hard straight away. We can now move back in actually. Don't want to get polymorphed. We do want to try and do some damage to the enemy Zeratul, who's gone the wrong way. I'm now lagging hard. Massive frame rate drops there. Didn't need that because that nearly got me killed. Now we're going to try and come around the back of this. Zeratul trying to poke at me. Let's pick Zeratul up and try and do some damage to him and get rid of this thing that's killing our forts from the enemy flower. Our flower is doing some work as well up in the mid lane. Now at level 16 we're going to be taking Fury of the Sunwell. Any 3 of these talents are fine to take, by the way. If you're less confident in your positioning, you should take Arcane Barrier and combine it with Mana Addict, because that will protect you a lot more. If you're looking to be, if your team is dominating, I would suggest taking Living Bomb slows enemies, and if you're doing a lot of chasing with regards to your team comp. But Flame Strike strikes twice is a really important talent for like doing persistent damage from range in the team fights, and we need to try and deal with this and get rid of it. That's Nazebo trying to trap our Sylvanas there, but the Karazim does so much healing now that it's not really anything of a problem. ETC is once again on his own. He's died several times now from being on his own, and I would imagine that any second now you're going to see him get ganked again. Or you're probably going to hear him do an ultimate as if it will make a difference. I'm next to this bush, which is not good with Zeratul's. Pick that up please. Yep, there's another 2, so we're up to 21 with regards to our mana orbs. So we're actually building that quite nicely. We've got a lot of mana now. I'm going to try and take this out quickly if possible. Chain Bomb, you see it spreading as it ignites and as it explodes on each enemy. It also works on heroes. We're going to go in, this is going to be a team fight here, and Tyrael's in a world of problems, and so is Zeratul, and it's not going to save him. Oh, and we just about avoided the trait of Tyrael, which explodes as he dies. So that was a pretty decent thing to catch there. We've managed to get another flower as well. So a good team fight. As you see, our late game is really ramping up now. I'm only up to 14k. I should be a little bit higher than that, but the team fights have been a bit sparse. So if Thrall and I can catch Nazebo, which I don't think we will. He was pretty sure he's mounted. Oh, he stopped. Thrall, can you get him? No, lightning would have got him. Okay, we're going to steal that. No, we're just going to kill Nazebo. His thing's going to wander off and we need to disengage, or is Thrall going to kill it? We're a little bit overextended here. I don't like this. But I suppose there's nothing else to do. I really want to go and join the rest of the team. Kael'thas is really squishy, even at this late game. And I didn't take Arcane Barrier, which would give me some element of sustain. And Zeratul is now preying upon our team up here. So, oh, I'm going the wrong side. Sylvanas has died. Karazim is still fighting. I'm actually going to kill everyone here, I think. Yeah, that's going to be enough to kill everyone. So although we did sacrifice the Sylvanas, I was able to come in and finish people off. It's really where Kael'thas' main strengths are, is finishing people off. We could probably nuke Lily from this point. No, we can't. She's run away. Jaina, however, is a different proposition entirely, and Nazebo is overextended, but that zombie wall's going to block me. However, I think the Thrall is going to kill. Are we going to get that off? Oh man, it's just out of range of my chain bomb. At level 20, we're going to take Bolt of the Storm. Now, this has now become a mainstay for me. I will always take Bolt of the Storm, simply because it just saves your life so much, and it saves those precious gathering power stacks that ignoring it is complete folly. We're going to take the rest of these towers out. We didn't need to do this. We should have just won the game, really. But I'm now going to kill Jaina. She's just going to die instantly. Overextension with Jaina is exactly the same as overextension with Kael'thas. If you do it, you die. It's very simple. CC will kill you. You're there to deal damage from the back line. We've got a great front line. ETC. Oh, we're going to kill everyone here again. ETC, Thrall, and Karazim is probably the best front line possible for a Kael'thas. And I might even be able to kill Nazebo here as well. Yeah. And that's going to be a good game. So we managed to get up to level 20. We're pretty dominant. Like I said, the main sort of things about Kael'thas are his damage will come mid to late game. That's when you're going to make the real impact upon these kills, and that's when you're going to change games for your team. So hopefully you've actually enjoyed that. And let's get on to this score screen. So as you can see, my rank in Hero League got nuked. Over one day I lost 10 ranks, and I didn't really know why it happened. Anyway, stats. Didn't do a massive amount of damage. There wasn't a massive amount of damage from anyone, really. The game was really... It's quite a strange game. There wasn't that many team fights. However, with that said, Thrall did beat us, but we were creeping up on it. And if the game had proceeded into sort of where the teams got up to 20-20, 21-20, I'd have been a lot higher. However, I'm not too fussed about that. I got the kills where I needed them. As you can see, Thrall and I were both involved in the most kills on our team. In fact, ETC Sylvanas was so far behind. The majority of these kills probably came when we were soloing almost. So that was it was a pretty, although not very high damage game, it's a pretty good example of how to play Kael'thas. Positioning is critical. As you see, this one death is a really important thing, that you keep the deaths on Kael'thas down to keep gathering power strong. Outside of that, you will find that in different scenarios and different games, there's going to be opportunities for you to do far more hero damage than I managed to do today. If there had been a lot of team fighting, if the enemy team hadn't been just nuked at the end there because they were so split, there'd have been far more opportunity to really just keep punching in. But the damage did come mid to late, and it was certainly sufficient to kill. And Kael'thas is a killer, so if there's people that are low, you should just kill them with him. And don't worry too much if your damage isn't high. Overall, that was exactly how I think Kael'thas should be played. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been Flads. This was my Kael'thas build. Cheers and goodbye.